Welcome back to Right on the Edge. My name is Derek. I'm glad that you're joining me for your daily dose. Your daily close dose. Your daily close dosing. Anyway, thanks for coming back and watching ADHD content. I am wondering why everyone's a Clippy now. I didn't know this was a thing, so I'm excited to find out. I'm just gonna watch Asmongold's reaction to it and what's going on. Sometimes you just have to learn from people smarter and dumber than you.
Change your profile picture to Clippy.
Okay.
Okay, I'll bite.
I was listening to the Facebook
I'm
whistleblower
also
hearings with
interested.
Senator Josh Hawley a few months back.
Yeah.
One of the elements that stuck out to me was when they were talking about how if an underage girl has deleted a selfie, Meta keeps track of this because they know that this person likely has low self-esteem at that moment that they deleted a picture of themselves, which means that they may be more apt to purchase something from an advertiser of a cosmetic product. And I
Damn, bro. They got telemetry on like 14-year-old girls trying to farm them to get them to buy makeup? Because
Wow, that's kind of hitting someone right out of the gate, isn't it?
they hate themselves? Jesus. That's impressive.
think about this within the context
It's
of what
also
companies
really
used to get in trouble
annoying,
for
man.
and
You
what
know
they
what I
do,
mean?
or more importantly, don't get
Quality. The Black Mirror reference is quality right there.
in trouble for today.
Yeah.
I grew up in the 90s, a time when Microsoft had hell and fury fall down upon them because they bundled a web browser with their operating system.
Oh, I remember
Whether
that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was met with massive backlash, and now they're preying on you using your web camera and sell you products.
you think this is a good idea or not, I personally think that a web browser being installed in every single person's computer that's standards non-compliant, that is so bad that you can literally get a virus from visiting a website, has its problems.
Yeah.
But when you look
Yeah.
at what it is that companies got in trouble for in the 90s, it just doesn't hit the same when
Doesn't hit the same because they're doing all of that and more, right? Like, it's crazy, that we're even having to have this conversation again and again, and these companies just keep doing it and renaming it something else so they can get away with it eventually, because everyone just gets so tired of calling them out every goddamn year. You know what I mean?
you look at what companies get away with now. I remember
Well,
having
that's
a
because now the companies have more ownership and more control over Congress. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
That's
it.
true, yeah. And
Dell
our
Dimension
He's right.
politicians are
33
more
back
and
in the
more
day.
bought out.
And if you wanted to get the one that had slightly better graphics, they would give you a free installation of Microsoft Office. And with
Ooh.
Microsoft
Oh,
Office
yeah.
back in the day,
A free
it
one.
came with Clippy. Whether or not you like Clippy and whether or not
They'll say it. I love Clippy. Clippy's great. Makes me feel good.
you liked Microsoft Office or having an operating system that had the browser built into it that could
Yes.
easily get you a virus when you visited other websites that were trying to invade your privacy,
Yes.
the one thing that you could
Yeah. I think it's different when you are on the internet, fully aware that companies want your information to sell to people. And everyone should be aware of that at this point in history. It's another thing when they want to add that to your personal devices and computers, accessing your information all the time, even when you're not on the internet. I feel like there's different levels here of invasion. Now, I personally think selling data should be illegal all the time, but until we can get that, well, let's just try to agree on the fact that they shouldn't be in our computers or using our webcams. How about that?
say. Unlike Facebook,
Uh-huh.
who is trying to profit off of young girls that feel suicidal, Clippy simply wanted to help.
Crazy. That's so fucking crazy, dude. That's so crazy.
He might have been annoying, but he just wanted to
His actual name was Clip It. Dope.
help. There were no
Didn't
ulterior
know that.
motives. If you told Clippy that
Cat.
you were having a bad day, he wasn't going to use that information to try and figure out which advertiser to sell you to, nor was he trying to steal your personal data or get
If they had kept him, he eventually would have. So it's good that he died a hero, not a villain.
you to purchase.
That's what AI is going to do next, by the
Yeah,
way. Is
exactly.
that once AI
Exactly.
and conversations with AI become commonplace, people are going to look towards advertising towards your AI conversations. So
Yep.
like you'll be talking to like Annie from Grok, and you're going to be talking to her about how like you really like turtles, and she's going to say, "Wow, that's amazing." You're going to go to Amazon. Guess what you're going to get ads for? That's right, turtles.
Yep.
Yep.
Turtle stuff.
Other Microsoft products. He had no ulterior motives. He was simply there to help. Unlike
All
many modern
hail-
pieces of software,
all
like what
hail
you get from
turtles,
Adobe or Intuit,
Yeah.
I think it's even worse than that. They're going to use like personal things that you're insecure about that you don't want people to know you're having to look up, and you're going to get advertisements for that. Like, what an absolute invasion of privacy. You probably know what I Yeah. You like invasions of privacy or not so much, like and subscribe. You know what I mean?
where you can't buy QuickBooks anymore. You can't buy a video editor anymore. You have to pay a subscription fee
Yeah.
for it. If I were to boot
That's
up that
true.
computer that has not been used for 28 years and I wanted to start up Microsoft Word,
I
could
think
do
that they need to stop that wholesale.
Yeah, I'm tired of everything being a subscription service. I think Windows should come with Microsoft Word, and you could pay for like professional suites, which is how they used to do it. You would have like a basic version that everybody could use, which is very much just typing with some fonts, and then you could upgrade that, to a professional version, very professional. Uh, I hate the fact that that's not an option anymore. Also, I mean, I think I made my first ever like YouTube video on an account that's I don't even have access anymore using Windows Movie Maker. You can't do that anymore either. You even have to pay for that. I know I looked.
The idea that services to like being able to use a program, like you shouldn't be able, like you can't own the program at all. I find that to be very problematic.
Yeah.
Like I
I think not owning what you buy in general is pretty problematic.
think if you buy a program and you buy to have access to it, you should have access to at least that version of the program indefinitely.
Yeah, and if they upgrade it, sure, they can sell you the upgrade. But you shouldn't be forced to buy an upgrade.
I don't understand how people have allowed them to reinvent these rules. It's insane.
And I'll tell you how. It's because they needed Microsoft Word. They upgraded their computer, and then they couldn't use Microsoft Word anymore. And the notepad that Windows comes with now is like a shittier version of Microsoft Word in every way.
do so without connecting to the internet. And Clippy would still be there, happy and enthusiastic as ever, simply wanting to help.
Look at
Adobe
the guy.
is another example of this. This is a company
Yeah.
that tried to twist people's arms into having AI and machine learning stuff go
Yep.
through their personal data. Not public data, not the speeches that I give, not my website or
Right.
my blog posts or my videos, but my private data, the stuff that I'm editing. And there were people that were not able to get into their account until they agreed to this new end user license
Sure.
agreement. When they are looking for access to your data, they're doing so because they want to train an AI on how to do what you do.
That's exactly.
Now they're doing it malicious. Well, actually, that's implied. Yeah, they're doing it maliciously. Sorry, I didn't quite register what he had just said. My bad. Exactly right.
Without
Right.
paying you, without your consent.
Yep.
Clippy simply wanted to help. When Clippy would ask you if you wanted help with writing your letter, Clippy wouldn't
Clippy would not try to sell you anything. No, this is true.
even read the contents
Hey,
of
he's a
your
good
letter.
guy, man.
Yeah.
He just wanted to offer suggestions. Game of
True.
Thrones had, I'm not going to spoiler alert, there's this Sons of the Harpy in season 5.
Sons of
They
the
were
Harpy.
these people that wore
Oh no, I'm being spoiled, boys. I've never watched this still. I know I made those Game of Thrones videos. I know. Said I was going to watch it. I've not done that yet. I'm sorry. Give me.
masks and they pushed back
Oh,
against the
yeah.
new regime. And the purpose of the mask was to let the leaders know that when you see people with this mask, we are against you and your new regime, and we are going to push back against it as often as
Like
we can. And the
Anonymous.
worry with the Sons of the Harpy mask is that it starts with one person putting the mask on, and then somebody else gains the balls to
Like
put the
V
mask
for
on.
Vendetta.
And then 20 or
Yeah,
40
like
or
V for
100 of them put the
Vendetta.
mask on.
Yeah.
And once 100 or 1,000 of them put the mask on, there's nothing that the leaders can do at that point. Enough people have put it on, and enough people have come together with solidarity. and they're going to do something about it. Now, granted, this may not be the best analogy because it was spoiler alert. They were trying to bring back slavery,
They're
and they
bad.
also were just bad people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. V for Vendetta was rising up against the government. It's not exactly the same, but it feels the same, doesn't it? Feels so much the same.
At least he kind of became a shitbag.
Well, they have that now. I mean, we have the same thing in real life. It's just that the masks are white.
Besides, I think that Clippy is like a modern day Sons of the Harpy mask. If you're tired of companies changing the terms of the sale after the sale and getting away with it, turn your profile photo to a Clippy. If you're tired of companies that have the ability to reach into your house and ransomware your products so that they stop working unless you pay them again, claiming that that's legal, but then when somebody tries to give you back access to what you bought and paid for, that's illegal, change your profile photo to a Clippy. If you're tired of sex bots invading the comment section on
Thank you. Thank you. God. I'm glad I'm not the only person that has noticed this. I had to delete a few off my videos. And I don't even get a lot of comments yet. You know what I mean? Like I got one guy, bro. And I forgot your user. I'm so sorry. He just sent me a message yesterday. You're good. He was goated. But other than that, yeah, I got like 4 or 5 sex bots comments. And I was like, I had to delete those. I had to delete engagement. You know, YouTube hates me now a little bit more. The algorithm's like
a regular basis, and their comments always posting with no problem, but your comments being censored even when you're not saying anything that bad. Change your profile picture to a Clippy. If Google being one of the premier data...
Hey, man, that's a cute cat. Can't believe that cat just appeared out of nowhere.
mining companies on Earth not being able to tell that little fucking cat with 2 pillows next to it that they try to make look like an ass so that thirsty young men click it as they normalize sex trafficking on the platform that doesn't allow you to express an opinion bothers you.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
He's
cooking.
mad.
He was cooking.
Change your profile picture.
Bro, the fact that we're all not mad about this, you know what happens? Anyone that's like aware of like how bad human trafficking in America. Anyone who's not like, I'm pissed off because it's here, right? Like I'm aware that it's out there in the world, and that doesn't exactly make me happy. How dare they? Fucking country. You know what I mean? Dare they? Oh man, it gets me heated, dude. I report every fucking sus massage shop around constantly. Every week I do. Because it's not even hidden what they're doing. They're doing exactly what you think they're doing. Not even hidden. Like, it's not even hidden. You don't believe me? Look at VIP Massage in Everett, Washington. Then look at the comments. Look at the comments. Been there for over a decade, and nothing's been done about it. I'm wondering who's getting the money. You know what I mean? Like, good job being mad. That's all I'm saying. Good job being mad, sir.
To a Clippy, and let them know that you're not happy.
Oddly
Clippy never
specific.
tried to
Yeah, it
normalize
is.
sex trafficking. He just wanted to help. If you're tired of companies saying out loud that the reason they want to keep you from fixing what you bought and paid for is that may take money away from them, change your profile photo to a Clippy. I never expected to win the legislative battle. It would be nice if I did, but it was never something that I set as I need to do this or I'm a failure.
I think that you can easily win it. The problem right now is that there's too many people that are technology illiterate that are in the government.
I think that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is there's too many people are technologically illiterate in the government due to age or just due to lack of interest. And an even bigger problem that our voter base, our constituency, are too blind to the everyday problems that proliferate our society because they don't personally, like, they're uneducated in, and they're sensitive topics that we don't teach. Nobody wants to, very few people want to go out of their way and research this stuff because it sucks to. But there we are. It's like a twofold thing, like the problem in our government and the problem.
As soon as you have enough people that are technology literate in the government, this problem disappears.
Always hope to do was win the cultural battle, where all of you understand what's going on and you decide.
What I'm saying is we have a
Good
bunch
job.
of old retarded people that are running the government and they can't figure out how to use computers.
Yep.
that
When I saw the report on people that didn't know how many people didn't know how to use email in government, I was genuinely disappointed. But good face, man. Yeah, you look like you're looking right at somebody.
enough is enough. If I ever have a chance in my personal
The
life to
way it
push
is.
back against this, I will. You're
Like you're trying to. Brother, good job.
maybe not going to send that email that you're supposed to
Yes.
send to Interso to tell them, oh, by the
Crazy.
way, make sure this chip doesn't end up on Mouser.com. Here's an NDA, blah, 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 the supplier agreement. Maybe you just forget to send that email. When there's a new consumer rights law that the senator that you work for is on the fence about supporting, and there's a lobbyist that's going to be against it that wants to have dinner.
Yeah.
Whoops. Maybe their invitation went to spam. I didn't see that.
Dude, that'd be great. That'd be great, dude. Fantastic.
Sorry, boss. Maybe you quit before you create a fake paywall to test if your customers will pay again for what they already paid for. Or maybe when you send out that ransomware firmware update, you make it opt-in instead of opt-out. Whoopsie, if in some bizarro world it is actually illegal to make a thermostat work again, and this bastard of a CEO decides to try and get the individual in trouble, 10 cases to prosecute, only got time for 6. Maybe I just ignore this one. When a company CEO logs into their Slack and sees 10,000 Clippies looking back at them, what I hope occurs is that they intuitively understand.
Well, what they're going to have to do is if they see 10,000 Clippies, they're going to have to send everybody in for sensitivity training. And the fact that, you know, back when they had Clippy, Clippy is very male coded. This is something that is exclusionary
That's
towards
crazy.
women. And it is sexist and it's
Crazy.
also racist because it is maybe white coded as well. And so you have to change your profile picture.
You know what's crazy? Crazy to me is, in my opinion, exactly what they would do. 100%. And it wouldn't even have to be because they wanted just money or whatever. Like, it wouldn't just be that. It would just be because they could.
Or you're
So
going to have to
crazy.
be spoken to by HR for promoting racism and sexism in the workplace, and we all know where that goes. That's what would happen.
Crazy
that
that
they
he's
no longer
right.
live in a world where they can get away with fucking over the consumer. That their
They do.
employees, their partners
do
are
Someone said the
not
the
going
race
to
swap Clippy. That's great. Black Clippy.
be accomplices to this anymore. That they are alert and they are aware of what is going on.
I wish that this is what would happen.
Nazis use paper clips, so therefore they're racist. That's crazy. Good chat, man. Chat is 110%.
But at the end of the day, the only way you can really solve this is with legislation.
Unfortunately, and I mean this genuinely, like, not as a bad thing, but unfortunately, Asmund goes right here. Absolutely have to make laws to counter this stuff. You have to have regulation to counter this. People cannot buy a product, but that only works so long, right? It works just long enough for it to leave the public eye or the public, like, thought process, what do you call that, the public window, and then it's right back to business for these companies. They're always trying to find the next way, to get your, and this is just the current way.
Because even if you stop it with American companies, you're still going to have cross-cultural companies.
And you'll have some American companies that are seedier or less grounded move to places where they can still do it legally.
That will do business in a way that's, you know, like bad. The thing is that, you know, for as much as you want to criticize his advocacy of this, he does practice what he preaches for the most part, right? I mean, he is an advocate for a lot of these things himself.
Good job.
But firmly push back against it. Every single one of those 10,000 people will be an obstacle to the anti-consumer practices and the anti-ownership practices, and it will no longer be another cog in the assembly line sending us all into a dystopia. There will be a moment where that one person who usually would not
And that jump cut's crazy, but I like the cat. Good cat.
have a say in anything can be activated, and in that moment, keep the world from sliding further into a
That's
dystopia,
true.
or help push
That's
it
a cute
forward in
cat.
the opposite direction.
I guess he's also right. He's also right. There has to be like speaking up and to buy these disgusting we have to.
But we all have to get
Yep.
together. And the first step is making it public that we know what's going on. That starts with a Clippy. On YouTube, if you're with me,
Guess I'm gonna have to download a.
I ask that you change your profile picture to a Clippy.
Oh.
At work, change your Slack profile picture to a Clippy.
Maybe I'll use a black clip. No?
If you work at the White House, don't take down the United States flag, but somewhere on the grounds, put up a flag of a Clippy.
Well, you heard it, government workers. You heard them here. I didn't say it. I don't disavow this, but I don't openly support it. But don't break the law if it's a law to not do that. But can do it. Well, what's the harm?
Clippy's a symbol that what used to be considered one of the worst annoyances in our life would now not only be
It actually is really weird. Like this.
You know what? To be fair, yeah, when Clippy was around, he always did kind of pop up in the worst time to interrupt your flow. You had old computers, he'd cause like a significant amount of lag and all that. And now, by modern standards, he's not even a nuisance. He'd be cute by today's standards. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
This juxtaposition is actually very good. That Clippy, because when Clippy came out, everybody hated Clippy.
Yeah, everybody hated him. Yeah, he was so annoying.
People were
Also, his advice, while sometimes, rarely, was good, it was usually bad. He usually offered terrible advice.
so annoyed by Clippy. But now Clippy is the pleasant alternative to the world that we're living in at this point. That's a very good.
That's a good word. It's a 5-cent
he's right
word.
about that.
5-cent word.
But for all of his flaws,
The Clipping?
celebrated as an idol. Because for all of these things that occur right now, where there is negative malice of intent, I want to take away what you own. I want to take this back. I want to get your data. I want to sell you to an
True.
advertiser when I know that you're crying.
Real.
Clippy just wanted to help.
Fair. And I think back when Clippy was made, I think companies had a different culture too. Like they wanted your money, but they also wanted to solve a problem. And now those same companies feel so comfortable. Now they're just trying for the money without. They're trying to for the money without a thing to solve a problem. Well, shit, man. What do you guys think? Are you going to change your profile pictures to a Clippy? Or are you going to, do something else? I'm not sure myself. I might change it to a Clippy for a few weeks to join. Like this guy. I mean, because I agree with what he's saying. But, I don't know. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. And I'll see you on the next video. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.